McLaren Vale has similar growing conditions to the premium wine districts of Italy. And here at Beach Road Wines, an enterprising, passionate couple are producing wines that are influenced by their Mediterranean environment.
We really started, I guess, as an opportunity to play with some new Italian varieties, which are new in Australia. So we're now up to 7 different wines, small batches of different varieties which are starting to emerge in Australia. We have 3 different white varieties. We also have 4 red varieties we play with.
Tony, these new varieties you're planting, many of them, Italian from the Mediterranean area, do you see the Australian palate going down that track more and more?
We think there's been a real move towards Mediterranean type food in Australia. There's a strong push now towards Italian and Spanish food. The restaurant scene seems to be dominated by modern Italian restaurants. We enjoy that type of food and we cook that type of food ourselves. So we find that the wines that we produce from the Italian varieties, they're Italian origin but grown in Australia, that they have a texture and a flavour which seems to complement Mediterranean dishes.
Tony, as a viticulturalist, do you find these newer varieties you're growing here, are they hardier in any way?
They are, and we've seen them over the last probably 4 to 5 years withstand severe heat conditions. They seem to bounce back really well from heat. As far as drought tolerance, they don't seem to require that much water compared to some other varieties, and yield. They tend to yield consistently well. So from our growers' perspective, that's great for them.
Briony, you're the other half of Beach Road Wines.
Yeah.
Some may say the most important half. What wines are we going to try today?
Well, this is our 2011 Fiano, which is my 4th vintage of Fiano, and we think it's a really exciting variety. It's from southern Italy, a region called Campania, but it's just got this most beautiful, luscious, mouth-watering flavours. It just makes your mouth water and want to just sit down and eat beautiful food.
Beautiful. The Italian immigrants, when they first came here to McLaren Vale, did they grow these varieties, or?
Look, not really. They're quite, at the moment, they're coming back into the area, and people are discovering them again. Beautiful. I mean, they're not new in the world. They're just new into Australia, I suppose. And people are realising that there's more varieties out there than Chardonnay and Shiraz.
Exactly.
And it's a bit the way we're discovering, more to life than meat and 3 veg, I suppose.
That's right.
It's just really interesting flavours and acid and textures and the way it goes with food and family. And I make the wines to be enjoyed. So if we have a look at Primitivo.
Primitivo, I don't know that one.
This is
another Italian one?
Yeah, it's from, it originates from Puglia in southern Italy. A bit of the, I guess you could call it the heel of the boot of Italy. And it's a beautiful wine. An Italian winemaker I met just said it's a wine for drinking. And it's just really enjoy, lots of luscious fruit, luscious palate. It's just beautiful.
Oh, that is superb.
You don't have to think too hard about this one.
No. Michael, I've got some wine for you.
Oh, you're a lovely, thoughtful friend.
Sort of, when I heard the name, Greco, I thought, my mate, the Greek.
Oh, did Briony and Tony bring this specially in from Greece for me?
No, it's Italian.
Okay, but what about Greco? Greco?
Yeah, the Greco.
So it's an Italian variety?
It is. Now,
Okay, so
while are we cooking? In this beautiful, look at the vineyard.
I've got things to do.
Beautiful vineyard.
Now, we're going to do a fantastic recipe of our own, which is unusual. No plagiarism on this one. We're using San Remo risoni instead of rice, and we're going to be doing a green fish curry.
The ingredients are 500 grams of San Remo risoni, prawn and ling fillets, coconut cream, green curry paste, coconut milk, fish sauce, brown or palm sugar, kaffir lime leaves, the juice of 1 lime.
So I'm just going to give this some... Oh, can you smell the aroma? The lemongrass. You okay?
Don't you want the oil in there?
Yeah, just give me the coconut oil, will you? Okay. And you can also... You all right? And you've got to mix it.
There you are.
Okay, I need the other one.
The other one too.
Yeah, no, we need this. And you can also use fish stock I just got to blend it through. So while I'm stirring,
Yes.
you know what I reckon we should add? Give me some of the kaffir lime leaves
Okay.
to put in. And that way we get all
Look
those
at-
flavour.
You can just have a close-up of the leaves.
Yeah,
Aren't
and
they
then you can
beautiful
talk
leaves?
about all the different limes.
Yeah.
Will you do that for me?
Well, there's several lines, but here in South Australia, in the
You weren't listening.
beautiful
Where are you?
eh?
Puts the leaves in
Yeah,
first.
no.
turn them
This
apart.
is what you do.
Okay, good boy.
You roll them up and then just sort of slice them quickly like that,
Okay, Julian.
and you get the whole
Yeah.
full flavour.
Yeah.
Or the other thing, which
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know, the fruit from the kaffir lime, if you zest that, is so powerful, so
right.
pungent. And you just scrape it off and put that in there too.
Now, Mickey, can you, for me, my little mate, we need 1.5 tablespoons of the fish sauce, which is made out of anchovy extract, or
1.5?
Or 1.5, or
That's about it.
So you don't need salt. A bit more, more, please.
Well, that's 2.
All right, because I didn't get any chilies this time. You can either use palm sugar or brown sugar.
We
I've
have
got brown sugar.
brown sugar.
We
How
need
much
a
is that?
tablespoon of that.
That tablespoon would be about that?
Yes.
Tablespoon? Yep.
And
Beautiful.
how about a little bit of my friend Greco?
How much of this Greco you want, Greco?
Just enough to please
at it.
Tony
Look
and
at the
Briony. The rest we keep for
Look
ourselves.
at the label.
Yeah, that works. Hey,
It's
bit of
not a
out of
free
the blue.
plug, but I just love the label.
Yeah.
Look at the colours. Look.
Yeah.
What does that say?
And Beach Road.
We're enjoying a beautiful, fresh
Yes.
wine.
Just
And
a
that's
splash.
You tell me.
A bit more. That's enough because we want to keep some for ourselves.
Oh, okay,
I know we've got a
nice.
dozen in the car, but now could you please add for me the seafood?
I will. Michael.
Again,
Yes, great.
South
Please
Australian
do that.
king prawns, peeled Devane.
You want me to put it all in at
Yeah,
once?
that was a kilo of prawns.
Okay.
And
the ling ling?
The ling ling, about 1/2 kilo of ling ling.
Yep.
Let's just put that around. The risoni takes it just, hey, simple. Read the instructions on the packet. 100 grams per person. There's at least just over 100 grams of protein. So you've got, it's fantastic. So let's put it in.
Pour it in like that.
And I'll give it a
No,
good
sure.
minute.
You know, when I did paella once, you do it
Yeah.
in a cross like that?
Yeah, we can do that because it's
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah, only one packet.
That's all. And I've got one packet for us.
Right.
How's that?
And probably what we need is a lid to go on that.
I think so, because that'll done. It's amazing how things appear. Well, Mickey, there's our 12 minutes. You can see the risoni has absorbed all the liquid.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So there, I'm going to plate it up for you. And we're going to put on some more and serve it with, if you like, some more lime.
Lime,
So
yeah.
some wedges of lime.
Well, that's a bit of a taste thing. If you like
Yeah.
a really limey taste,
Yeah.
citrusy taste.
There you are.
Hang on.
Beautiful San Remo risoni in a green curry fish with prawns. And there you are, Mickey. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that.
After the break, Adam Swanson joins us to cook a delicious, fresh lasagna sheet recipe.
So the next dish I'm going to be cooking is using San Remo fresh lasagna sheets. So normally you'd be making lasagna, but I'm going to change it up and show you a great way of using these fresh lasagna sheets. So a little tip, grab your San Remo fresh lasagna sheets, wrap them in Glad wrap, and just zap them in the microwave for 1 minute. And what that does, just helps the pasta take the chill, obviously you've got the sheets in the fridge, and just makes them a little bit easier to work with. Unwrap them, and be gentle with the fresh sheets. Nice and wrapped tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them, not pappardelle thick. So pappardelle, when I talk about pappardelle, it's probably about 1 centimetre thick ribbons. I'm going to cut them 2 centimetres thick. And we're going to turn this into a fantastic wild mushroom, pancetta and chestnut pasta forno. So grab your sheets. So where it's looking at there, if I cut that, is a pappardelle, maybe a little bit thinner. But I want to come about there. Nice thick ribbons. And if you really wanted to, and get the real rustic way, like my nonna would have done it, she wouldn't have had the knife, she would just tear them and get those sheets like so. It's a real rustic dish. Gonna finish it in the oven. Beautiful chestnuts, the wild mushrooms, got all different exotic types, and it's beautiful for taste. And the ingredients are San Remo fresh lasagna sheets, shallots, pancetta, oyster mushrooms, field mushrooms, enoki mushrooms, chestnuts, black truffle paste, parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, olive oil, butter, and white wine. So first, add just a dash of olive oil into the pan. Good knob of butter. Let's try not to brown that butter too much. Take it off the heat, just got to work with it. Add our pancetta in. So why we get the pancetta in with the shallots is basically, obviously, the pancetta is like a bacon, Italian bacon. So we want to get all that lard, all that flavouring into the pan and slowly cook that off and release all those beautiful flavours. And just watching that you don't brown off that pancetta too much. You don't want it to look brown and yucky. This sauce should be nice and creamy. It'll pick up a little bit of the brown, earthy colour, obviously from the chestnuts and all these fantastic exotic mushrooms. Let's get our lasagna sheets into there. So look, just big ribbons into the water. And remember, a good pinch of salt when you're cooking your pasta. Just going to give that a stir. Make sure those sheets don't stick together. Gently. Any fresh pasta needs love. Just needs a little bit of attention, just to gently work it through the water so it doesn't split, fall apart. Field mushrooms. Now at this point, I know that this needs another knob of butter because mushrooms love butter, and I love butter and mushrooms pancetta. Just keep working around the pan. Just always keep an eye on your pan. Don't let things burn and start colouring too much. Back to my lasagna sheets. Just a soft little gentle push. Now when I say pasta forno, basically it means pasta in the oven. So we're going to finish it. We're going to make the sauce, drop the pasta into the sauce, slice and coat it, and finish it in the oven with some parmesan so we get a nice crunchy top and some roasted chestnuts. All right, little flick. I think we're looking at we need to deglaze the pan. So, good cup, that white wine. Beautiful beach road Fiano. Let that reduce down. Reduce it by half. We're cooking out the alcohol, so we're not getting that taste through our beautiful sauce. Oh, fantastic. With the pancetta. All right. In with the cream. Now, I don't want too much. We can always add some more if it's not enough. We just want it to coat the pasta. Now, the colour of that sauce is going to change. And next, what I love to add is just the chestnuts. Now, I've just sliced these up. They're going to break down in the sauce. I want a bit of texture. I want that little bit of crunch. So basically, whenever creating a dish, you think about the textures in your mouth. We've got the beautiful velvet, fresh lasagna sheets, San Remo, coating with the mushrooms, the pancetta, and now the crunch of the chestnuts. It's just going to complement it so well. So my sauce is where I want it to be. It's reduced by half. I'm going to get in those lovely yellow oyster mushrooms. I'll just separate them. The gnocchi, and just tear them apart. Look at that. All these different textures just work so well with the fresh lasagna sheets. Now the next one is, look, don't go too much. Remember that this truffle is quite potent. I only really want a little bit, and we can always add some more. Just going to work it through the sauce. And already I can smell that truffle just take on to those mushrooms, and it's amazing. It's just so potent, but so special as well. And those beautiful earthy characteristics, it's just there and what I'm wanting. So let's strain our pasta, remembering al dente. So that meaning firm to the bite. Just be patient, drain off all that excess water. Turn off the heat at this point. You don't want that sauce to reduce out too much more. And little trick my nonna used to always say to me is keep some of that little bit of pasta water. Has all those beautiful flavourings in there from the pasta. And if you have to, see your sauce is just getting a little bit too far, just a touch. Give a little fling together. All right, let that sit for a minute. I'm just going to add a little bit of parmesan. Bind it together. Okay, just add a little parsley into the pasta, like so. Now just work it softly with your tongs. Pick up the sheets into your serving dish. Now if you wanted to, you could put this into a big baking dish and, you know, obviously cook it out. And then you can take it to your dinner table and just plate it up from there. But I want to do individual little portions. I want to get all those mushrooms and the truffle and the beautiful fresh lasagna sheets. Now, to get it nice and golden, just a little bit of more parmesan over the top. Look at that. Then into the oven. Just keep an eye on it. You're looking about 5 to 10 minutes. You want to see that golden brown, crunchy top from the parmesan on the pasta, and the mushrooms just start to take on a bit more colour.